I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you're thinking forward progress. Come on.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abeticola on 312 Sports.
Everything's always busy in the world of your Chicago Bears and the NFL. They're at the Combine right now. They were talking yesterday, and we have a whole bunch of news that is already upon us today here, where we give you Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears and NFL podcast here on 312 Sports. And this is as expected, that we were certainly under the impression that Tremaine Edmunds was going to be on the move one way or another, primarily just because of that cap number, and then being able to release him and have some more cap flexibility. And now it is official that they have given him permission to seek a trade. Brad Biggs came out with a report, said they've given him permission to seek a trade this offseason, scheduled to make $15 million in salary and bonuses, the cap number more than $17.4 million. If the Bears release him, they would get $15 million back. If they trade him, obviously you could get a draft pick, you could get something in return. And the way these things usually happen is you get concerned about what team might kind of be scared into doing this, and what team might want to look at saying, well, on the list of, would he be subject to the waiver system at that point? I don't think you have a waiver claim situation. He's just released.
I don't believe so, yeah.
And becomes a free agent.
Yep.
And you get a team saying, rather than have to negotiate right now, let's at least get first shot. Or if he's seeking the trade and you're talking to his agent, you can kill two birds with the single stone and get a contract negotiated, get it set, done, part with a draft pick, and that way you don't have any sort of bidding that you're doing against other teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good look for the Bears as far as being able to receive some compensation back outside of just cutting him.
It's also a good look to say, hey, this is how we treat vested veteran Pro Bowl level players who are this important to us, is we give them some agency and allow them some say in where they might end up.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I hope, I said he was the number one guy to likely be cut. That's what a lot of people have talked about as well, is looking at the cap numbers. So again, if this is an issue that the Bears can resolve while making him happy and receiving a draft pick, great. I still think either way, no matter how it plays out, he's not going to be a member of the Chicago Bears for 2026.
Mm-hmm. I think that's clear, that if they're going to give him the first chance to optimize things for
and hopefully it works out
side.
for him for his benefit. Yep.
Okay, well, let's talk then. So now when you start talking about stack linebackers and whether or not you got DeMarco Jackson, who could be re-signed, we don't know the health of TJ Edwards right now. We don't know how that recovery is going, and they're going to have a backup plan. They didn't like, apparently, Ruben Hippolyte after taking a flyer on him, just betting on his speed. So we shall see whether this is the start of a wholesale rearrangement of inside linebacking, or if this presages the drafting at that position in a way they hadn't before.
Yeah, and there's a name that's come up for the Bears. That's Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker out of Texas, is a name that has been talked about in conjunction with a release of Tremaine Edmunds. So as a possible guy to look at as a linebacker for the Bears in the draft. So now, again, if he goes via a trade or he is eventually released, this name is one to keep an eye on as you're looking at combine stuff. And then as the draft approaches, Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker out of Texas.
I'm curious if they're going to pick up on league-wide trends, and that is smaller and faster. You don't want somebody who has to come off the field. You would like somebody who, when we used to call it a nickel corner, And we don't really call it a nickel corner anymore. It's however you want to explain it, it's become much more of a hybrid between corner, safety, and linebacker with those responsibilities, and somebody who doesn't necessarily tip your hand, who's somebody where you can disguise all kinds of coverages because they have the multifaceted athleticism and the good size speed ratio.
Yeah, when does free agency doesn't begin until March 11th?
Correct. That's
Want
the
to
start
say
of
so?
the year. Yep.
Yeah, we're getting up there. So again, I love to see all of the speculation and guys that put the work into it, and the guys around the NFL that are having conversations with GMs and coaches, and so we'll keep a track of everything that is associated with the Bears. So as we get closer to those decisions happening, we can be as most informed as possible. I do want to, on a personal note, Dan, wish my wife a very happy birthday today.
Hey, all right.
My lovely, amazing, wonderful wife, Natalie. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday.
Nice.
She's
Happy
a big fan of
birthday.
the Forward Progress podcast. So
Who
she'll
is
be
it?
listening.
Who doesn't like the Packers?
That's right. Who doesn't like the Packers?
Yeah.
And also want to mention, too, yesterday dropped an episode of From the 50 with former Bears tight end Des Clark. Had a really good conversation with Desmond Clark. He was very, very open about a lot of things in his life and growing up and his family. So it was really, really cool conversation. Went some different directions I didn't anticipate or expect. So was really pleased with how comfortable he felt to open up and talk, and had a great conversation about life. And
Nice.
yeah, it was good stuff. So you can check out From the 50 on the 312 Sports app or anywhere you podcast as well.
And he's doing well?
He's doing great.
Good.
Down in Florida, his business is doing well, 5 years now running, and just doing really, really good. He's coaching some football as well at the Lakeland High School. He actually was funny. He mentioned that when he started playing football at 6 years old, he was part of the Lakeland Lumberjacks
Okay.
and just found his jersey out of storage. He said he had it framed.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I wanted to see it. He didn't have it nearby, though, when we were talking. But, yeah, he's doing really well. Kids are doing well. Wife's doing great. So, yeah, things are going good for Dez. He's taking up more golf. He's golfing more lately, which was fun to hear him talk about, and that he lives right down the street from Devin, and they're going to try to get on the golf course together. Yeah.
I didn't know Devin golfed. You know who I heard from a couple days ago? I think I told you, out of the blue? Raymond Harris.
Oh, yeah. Ultra back.
Yes. So I'm gonna see if we can hook up and at least catch up soon. But seems like he is doing well, and seems like he's in a good place too. So good reports there from another former Bear saying hello to everybody.
Yeah, Des Clark, one of the top Bears tight ends in their history. Number 27 all-time overall in receiving yards.
Really?
Yes.
I always remember, and he'll laugh if I talk about this. Do you remember when they forced him into long snapping duty?
Yes. I do.
I believe I said he coined a new NFL job.
Man, it was funny.
He became a medium snapper.
The quarterbacks that he played with started out with Cordell Stewart, then got a little bit of Chad Hutchinson, Rex and Kyle, and then more Kyle, and then eventually he had like 2 years with Jay, but he wasn't the starter anymore when Jay had gotten there.
That's a rough run there.
Yeah, it certainly is for a guy who's third all time in receiving yards for Bears tight ends.
Yeah, Chad Hutchinson will always have that Vikings game, though.
Hey, so you know there are 506 individuals listed on the Bears receiving list. So
all-time receiving list?
All-time receiving, 506.
This is by receptions or by yards, or just all qualified in general?
All qualified in general.
Okay.
506. So I just mentioned that Des Clark is number 27 on that list.
In receiving, this is not tight ends.
These are in receiving yards overall, number 27.
Okay.
Do you know where DJ Moore sits right now?
In what category?
Receiving yards.
Yards. He
506 people. Yards.
What's his total? Give me that.
Oh, I don't have his total. You just have to guess where he's at.
I'd say he's in the top 10. I'd say he's 7th.
So I would have thought top 10 as well. He's 17, so top 20.
Okay. All right. I think so ill of the Bears receiving records.
Yeah, no, that I did too, dude. I immediately, so I was looking for Luther Burden, and I'm like, where's DJ Moore? And I immediately scrolled to the very top so I could see the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, not DJ Moore. So he's 17. Cole Kmet is 19.
Mm-hmm.
Colston Loveland is 97.
Out of 506.
Out of 506.
In 1 year.
Luther Burden is 105.
Where's Rome?
Out of 506. Rome Adunze, after 2 years and missed a bunch of games last year, is 56.
Of course he is. Because I remember he talked about it when he got drafted.
DeAndre Swift is 100. He's in the top 100 as a running back.
Yikes.
All right, well, that's not why you called. I did want to mention this. I thought this was interesting from Kyle Manongai. He was asked, as part of the rookie class of 2025 in the overall for the NFL, if he could share some advice for the incoming rookie class, what advice would he share? And this is what Bears running back Kyle Manongai had to say. He said, find the small advantages because everybody's good when you get here. Even the guys that don't start, they're probably the best athletes you'll ever see. So find the small 1%, 2% advantages you can find because I think those are what separate you since everyone, for the most part, is on the same talent level, except the freaks like Myles Garrett.
Yeah, or like Bijan Robinson.
Right. So I would love to talk to Kyle one time and like follow back up on that comment and ask, all right, what for you were those 1 or 2% things? Like what were the small advantages that you picked up on and you said, all right, this is where I can make a difference and project myself from a 7th round pick to being a guy that was an important, integral part of a team that won a division.
Well, I know one of them. It's obvious. Hold on to the damn ball.
Oh, yeah.
The guy doesn't fumble.
Yeah.
Like there is no concern. Situation, down and distance, they have no concern about his ball security. That's got to be number one for him.
Yeah, I would love to hear his thought, what those things were. Like what were those small advantages that he picked up on, that he identified and said, all right, this is how I'm going to make my mark as a 7th round running back my first year.
Well, if I'm reverse engineering and I say, if I look at his game and look at his year and say, can we determine what those things are? I would say it's holding on to the football.
Mm-hmm.
It is also knowing your pass protection responsibilities. And he knew those fast. And we saw how quickly he climbed that depth chart. It did not take long. So it was clear he was showing this in practices. It's get your nose in the playbook. Know who you're supposed to block every time. The running will take care of itself. Once you got the ball in your hands, you know how to run a football. You know how to find stuff. But those would be my guesses. Are the understanding, the smallest placements of where your feet are, where you're starting, get all that right. Know everything about the playbook, know everything about your pass protection, and then the fact that it's just so important to maintain control of the football that we know that was recognized early in his Bears career. Early.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And I thought really, really good advice. And I chuckled out loud when I heard him talk about the freaks and Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that's the other question I would love to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see and when did you see it when you were certain that guy was a freak? Like, everybody's got a story like that.
Yeah, and I bet you, I would love to see, I'd love to hear that answer too, because I'm sure he was probably caught up in watching the game when they played the Browns, on the sideline, as you try not to be, as a pro player, become a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
But Myles Garrett is a guy that you become a spectator around.
Or when you're out there, you hear stories all the time about somebody saying, I juked this guy so bad that as soon as I moved into the open field, all of a sudden he was there again and he tackled me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Something like that.
Right. And they look at it like, wait a second. Didn't I run by you over here?
Or if there was a play in that game where he was set up for protection and somehow, Garrett faked him out or did something that kind of left him in his brain that guy is not normal.
I used to hear stories from Bears players about Julius Peppers like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously there were Urlacher stories just because he would kind of teleport from place to place. Like you'd see this, he's way back there and looks tiny, and then all of a sudden he moves so like, yeah. It's like, wait, you're not supposed to get here that quickly.
Yeah,
and
a lot of stories like that too about Mike Singletary's eyes.
Stop it! Now you're trolling me.
Sorry.
Eye roll emoji.
Good boy.
I need something. See, I'm good. I learned. I'm interested in hearing more from Kyle Manongai about how he envisions his role, and depending on the decisions they make, whether or not he would embrace being the number one guy. And speaking of the running game, I found some really interesting stats, and this is why. What's my rule? Never miss a mailbag. Never, ever, ever miss when a beat writer or a Bigfoot. And just so you know what those old
is this Brad Biggs
newspaper terms are. Yeah, the Bigfoot is somebody who covers a team and the league, and the beat reporter covers the team. And Brad Biggs is, and the reason I say never miss a mailbag, first of all, they get to pick which questions they answer. So those of us who've done mailbags before, just like we do with Friday Feedback Friday, we can choose what's interesting or what we want to say, or say, oh, that brought up a thought that I wouldn't have otherwise had. So it's always a selection issue with me when we read these things and say, ooh, why did he want to answer that question in that way? And then you find them burying all kinds of things that their editors didn't want to be headlines elsewhere. Not that this is a headline, but the question to Brad Biggs in the Tribune was from Chi-Town Ledez, who says, why are fans why do you gotta say it like that?
Because
I don't know, just trying to pronounce it. Why are fans so delusional in believing that the Bears are set at the running back position? Did they forget how bad this team was on short downs and goal line runs? All right.
Okay.
And this is the answer. There's a difference between being set and having a backfield that's more than good enough to execute a productive, efficient rushing offense.
All right.
The Bears ranked third in the league in rushing and third in the league in yards per carry last year. I think recency bias, the divisional playoff loss to the Rams, probably clouds the view a little bit. The offense was not great in the low red zone, ranking tied for 16th in goal-to-go situations at 73.3%. That needs to improve, and it should with a young quarterback. Here in the regular season is how the Bears did running the ball on short downs. So do you want to try to guess at some of these?
Yes.
All right. 2nd and 1. They had 10 rushes on 2nd and 1. How many first downs?
I'm not going to say they were perfect. I'll say 9.
They had 8.
8. Okay.
They had 8 first downs on 10 2nd and 1 rushes.
All right.
On 3rd and 1.
Do we know where that ranks at all or no?
No.
He did. Okay. No, that's all good.
I don't have the rankings here.
Yep.
On 3rd and 1, they had 24 rushes. How many first downs?
24. 17.
18.
18. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Within one on both of these. They were 18 of 24. So that is 75%. On 3rd and 2, they had 9 rushes.
9 rushes on 3rd and 2.
How many first downs?
6.
8.
8. Okay.
Pretty good. 4th and 1. They had 5 rushes. How many successful?
3.
2.
2. Okay.
So that's the one you circle.
Yep.
4th and 1. 5 rushes, 2 first downs. And then 4th and 2, they had 1 rushing attempt on 4th and 2. And
they did not get it.
They did.
They did get it. 1 for 1.
Is that the one? And now that I think about it, is that the one where DeAndre Swift was caught behind the line of scrimmage and kind of kicked away? Because he was dead to rights. And then I forgot which game it was, but I have an image in my head.
That may have been, yes.
Of him on a 4th and 1 where it's like, oh, they got him. Oh, he got away.
That may have been the 1 4th and 2, yes.
It might have been. Or that was a 3rd and 2, but I'm pretty sure it was 2. And then in the postseason, they didn't have any 2nd and 1s. They were 6 of 8 on 3rd and 1. They were 1 of 2 on 3rd and 2, and 1 of 2 on 4th and 1.
So what's his conclusion then? Or did he not give one?
He said maybe the offense wasn't great running the ball on 3rd and 4th and short, but I'd argue, Biggs says, that the overall numbers were solid. And if Caleb Williams, who's strong, shifty, and fast, can be a little better in certain running situations, the numbers would improve a tick. I also think Kyle Manongai in his second season probably can improve a little bit in short yardage situations.
You know who else will improve in those short yardage situations?
The offensive line?
No. One more guess.
As to who will improve in those short yardage situations. Who?
Ben Johnson.
How so?
Because if the numbers at third and short and 4th and short weren't where they should be for the ability of what they had in running the football, Ben Johnson knows it. And I'm sure he's already dissected why those plays didn't go the way that they wanted them to go, what the issues were, and he'll find the solutions to resolve whatever the issues were.
Mm-hmm.
That's
we can think that now.
Yes, because he's competent.
We dare.
Because we have a coach that thinks through things.
We have the audacity of optimism. Like, wait, how dare we? Can we really think that our coach can get better at something?
Yes.
You know, he just might. It's so crazy enough. It just might work.
Yeah, because we no longer have who was looking for a brain? Was it the lion?
Scarecrow.
The scarecrow wanted a brain.
Yeah,
because he was. Oh, he ended up with the lion.
Seriously?
Turning point. Yeah. No, sorry. All right. So yeah.
The
so
lion
he was looking
wanted
for
courage.
No, the lion he wanted a soulmate, and so that's why he found him on Tinder, and they ended up at the Turning Point alternative halftime show. Anyway,
okay. I got it.
So he wanted a brain. Bears coaches no longer need to look for a brain because they have one. So we're good.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
We're good.
I'm just
right.
Okay. Good enough. But you're right. I think that Ben Johnson will obviously make some changes based on success or failure. But the fact that he's not going to stop going for it. I mean, he's not going to go back to some sort of Mike Vrabel, conservative play calling. But the cool thing is that he has not. We learned this yesterday. He has not watched the Rams tape yet. I was surprised to hear it.
I was very surprised.
It's like, no, I haven't watched it yet.
I thought that'd be like the next day thing for him.
Right, or before he went to bed. But no, he said, I haven't watched it yet. He goes, I'll see some of it in cut-ups, maybe closer to the season, I'll watch it. Like that I found interesting. Is he too mad? Too disappointed?
Maybe mad, yeah.
Like, I would have followed up on that.
Because they gave that game away, man. Gave that game away.
I would have followed up and just said, well, what do you mean you haven't watched it yet? What's wrong with you? Were you too in your emotions, too in your feelings there, coach?
Maybe.
Come on, man. We need you. What if the key to this season is buried in there and you don't know it yet?
Oh, he'll find it. Don't worry.
He's not working hard enough, damn it. You got the paper there, damn it.
Hey, I saw on ESPN, Seth Walder, he put a little game together for us. I think these guys must be catering to
he didn't do it for us.
Our podcast. I think so. I think they are. So he put together a list. You know how much we love lists. He picked and went through all 32 teams.
Yeah.
And more than half we can skip because they're pretty easy to guess. Who the opening day quarterback will be for all 32 teams. Okay? Obviously
Is Tyson Bagent on the list?
He's not. That's what I was looking for. That's why I went to that list.
Okay, because I'd be like, if this guy knows something, or
that's what
Tyson
drew
Bagent there.
Yeah, that's
and
what
by
drew
the way,
the list. Yeah.
Can we go back to that for a second?
Sure.
They're clearly trying to trade him.
Yeah, you heard what he said yesterday,
right? Like it's. I don't understand why there has been, and I've seen people like willfully not trying to understand what's going on. When you say about a player, people are calling about him, it would be a really difficult decision. Whether it's, and DJ Moore too, well, we've received a lot of, we have some very difficult decisions to make. When you go out of your way to say that publicly, that's an advertisement for phone calls. I just want to be really clear about this.
Right, because if you received multiple phone calls, yeah, hey, it's Ryan Poles. Yeah, DJ Moore, nope, well, he's staying. We're not moving him. Yep, thanks for the call. Yeah, no, there's no shot. then you don't go publicly and say, oh, yeah, it's going to be a really hard decision. Ben Johnson, I love Tyson Bagent, but, at a certain point, you want to be able to do what's right by the team, but also right by the player and give him the opportunity. And I really love him. And yeah, they're trying. I mean, I'm not saying they're trying to, but they're open to and willing to trade DJ Moore and Tyson Bagent if they get what they believe is true value for those players.
Correct. But the fact that you put it out there means you are soliciting calls and offers.
Yeah, and I will stand by. I'll stand by that conditional 3rd round pick for Tyson Bagent.
That'd be awesome.
That's what they're looking for.
That would be awesome.
Yep. All right. So ESPN, Seth Walder, opening day starter for every NFL team. Majority we don't need to go through because they're pretty easy to guess. Who does he have down as the Browns opening day starter?
Just opening day.
Opening day starter.
I'm going to go with Shedeur.
Kyler Murray.
Okay. All right. Well, he's just screwing around then. Okay.
All right. Who do you think he has going to, as a free agent, the Miami Dolphins? Miami Dolphins opening day starter.
Jacoby Brissett.
Malik Willis. I've seen that a couple different places.
Okay.
This one I absolutely love, and he is fucking around with us, but I hope he's right on this one because I fucking love it. Minnesota Vikings opening day starter is...
All right, now you set this up where I'm going to have to come up with some sort of... Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, he has Kirk Cousins. Yes, I love it. Please make it happen.
No, I think Kirk might be best served not playing football anymore.
Well, they're gonna cut him. They're gonna release him.
Yeah, I think the best thing he can do is not, because he can't move.
He can't move at all.
He
moves less than Frankenstein's monster.
Certainly that guy. He ran for he had a 13-yard gain against your Chicago Bears. I saw it with my own eyes.
All right, who does he have starting for the Jets? This is great too. New York Jets opening day, first day, game 1 starter.
Aaron Rodgers.
Spencer Rattler.
Oof.
Yep. All right, Colts. This one got me too. Colts, game 1 starter.
Phillip Rivers.
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, come on, man. Okay.
All right, Chiefs, and this one is just because of Pat Mahomes' time frame to return. He has Marcus Mariota as the starter. All right, Cardinals. Who's the Cardinals' game 1 starter?
All right, because if they
Kyler Murray's gone,
and if they still have Brissett, it would be Brissett.
Correct, Jacoby Brissett.
I'm going to say
Nicely
that.
done.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You got one.
Okay.
All right, who's the Falcons' opening day starter?
Oh boy, the Falcons' opening day starter is Michael Penis.
Correct, Michael Penis Jr. And who is going to be the starter for your Pittsburgh Steelers? Mike McCarthy at the helm.
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yes. Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Okay. Bring that back. Have fun.
Yeah, all the rest are all the expected starters.
Okay.
With the exception of the Raiders. He has obviously Fernando Mendoza going 1 and then starting game 1 for the Raiders. But all the rest are who you'd expect.
Okay.
But nicely done. You got one right.
Maybe I'm the only person that's not well, I got 2 right. I got Rodgers and Brissett.
Right, yes, correct.
Maybe I'm the only person who's not just head over heels about Mendoza, but I think he's got a very high floor. I think he's undoubtedly going to be a good NFL passer, a good NFL quarterback. I don't know that he's a guy you go out of your way to take first and turn over the direction of your franchise to him. I don't know that high level, that the high end, the high range of his potential outcomes is that tantalizing.
Yeah, I would look and see who's right behind them at 2 and 3. And I'd have to go back to the order again and see if they might be able to move down and still get him if they want him. Because I think the teams right below him, I think already have a quarterback. I got to see who they are, though, just to refresh my memory on it. But I saw another mock draft that had Ty Simpson going to the Steelers at 21.
Okay.
Well, you don't like that as a NFL QB either? Or?
I mean, yeah. The only thing about Ty Simpson I really like, I love the way the ball comes out of his hand. He throws a pretty ball. But as far as like special stuff, I know they think that he can handle the whole playbook and make most of the requisite throws. I can't say I've spent a ton of time scouting him, but he doesn't do anything like even somebody like Trinidad Chambliss. The physical stuff blows you away. With Dante Moore, the physical stuff blows you away.
Yeah.
And you at least can see that. Like that's something about which to get excited. You don't really get a lot of that with Simpson, where he could just end up being an unsexy, very competent quarterback. And maybe that's the thing. If they say, look,
or that sounds like a backup to me.
Or it's the Brock Purdy thing. And you say, look, our coach is going to be so good that all he needs is somebody to do exactly what he wants and exactly what he sees and nothing more.
Well, that coach you're talking about is Mike McCarthy if he ends up on the Steelers.
That's the guy that made Joe Montana.
Hey, didn't you have a list the other day of the top 100 free agents? And we looked at the Bears, and they had Nashawn Wright was first. Not number
he was
one, but
33rd
first
overall.
in the Bears. Yeah, okay. I thought this was a different list. So NFL.com, Greg Rosenthal had the top 101 free agents available. And listen to these numbers, because I remember, you had – it went right first, and then Brisker, and then Byard in that order. Mm-hmm. And Wright was in the 30s.
I believe Wright was 33rd.
So this is the top 100 free agents from Greg Rosenthal, NFL.com. Jaquan Brisker, first among the Bears 3 at 51.
Okay.
And then Nashawn Wright at 55. And Kevin Byard at 87.
Well, that's why the Bears have been pretty sanguine about their possibilities of re-signing him. If you notice, they've spoken about that very delicately, but also glowingly about him in a way they haven't about others.
Yeah.
Where polls is of the special player, we obviously want him back. Like those overtures are public and private, and they're just not certain that at his age somebody is going to offer him that kind of value. And it's the guy's first team All-Pro, wasn't he? And is still there at 87th. That's got to just be age.
Yes, 100%. It's got to be age.
It's also reasonable. I'm not saying you shouldn't rank somebody there because of age, because you don't heal as fast, you're not as resilient, you're not as reliable, and there's at some point you're just done playing football. Back to our Kirk Cousins discussion.
Right, which I don't think he is. But
I don't know.
When I saw that number, I liked that more for the Bears, made it a little more favorable. If that's how the league sees him possibly. I know this is just one guy's opinion of it. That's all it is a list. Mm-hmm. Another name, and I mentioned this name a few weeks back as someone to keep an eye on as a free agent. John Franklin Myers, the defensive tackle for the Broncos, is going to be a free agent, and he's projected to go out at about a 3-year deal around $45 million. 7.5 sacks last year, 23 pressures.
29 years old.
29 years old. As a nose or a 5 technique, is that something that fits in with what Dennis Allen would want to do with the defensive front?
Yes.
Because it's a guy, again, I mentioned him a few weeks back.
Well, there was a social media concern. Someone saw that when Tanzel Smart was announced as a new assistant coach for the Titans, apparently John Franklin Myers replied to that or commented with, "You thinking what I'm thinking." And these were Jets teammates under Robert Saleh, and it may just be that the Titans are already plotting to target him with a little bit more of a concentration than the Bears.
Yeah, I just wonder because I'm trying to look at the free agent market on the defensive line, and I know every mock draft that's out there, and even guys that have redone their drafts now a second time already, are looking at defense at 25 for the Bears. And I just don't know if that's the priority for what I see, and I'm going to still make the left tackle a priority. Trying to find other options with guys coming back. You're hoping Shamar Turner can be a contributor in his second year? Is there a free agent opportunity with, Grady Jarrett still being under contract and playing better as the year went on? Yeah. He definitely played better. That knee got healthy. Yeah, you can't deny he played better.
He did. There was an email that came in yesterday, I guess, that asked this kind of question. And they were, when we were talking about the offensive line and just saying, well, they fixed the offensive line and they threw all this, draft capital and money at that spot and they fixed it. Now they're going to do it with the defensive line. The point being, they did it with the defensive line last year.
Right. They signed Grady Jarrett. They signed
Odengbo. I mean, you're talking about huge numbers. And then they
drafted Shamar Turner.
A second round pick on Shamar Turner.
Right.
And they very easily and reasonably could say, yeah, we had a vision for the defensive line that we never saw. Right. We said that Odengbo was going to do this and Turner was going to grow into this and Jarrett was going to help Turner. And we had it.
Right. And you had 3 injuries that derailed that whole vision.
The only thing that flies in the face of that are the reports that they weren't happy with Odengbo before he got hurt.
They shouldn't have been.
And because he was bad. Right. And it was and the on-ball production, the plays just weren't there. And there was talk, I remember before he got hurt, there was some belief that he could move inside. And that is a sign that you signed the wrong guy on the edge if you're already talking about moving him inside. But I did think it was a fair point because we don't want to paint the picture like the Bears neglected the defensive line last year. They certainly didn't. They just unfortunately missed. And injuries, you count that as a miss because people get hurt, but you got to fix that, whether you tried last year or not.
Yeah, I'm already at a point with the offseason stuff. It's kind of like a game week for me, and I'm just ready for the game to be here. I'm ready for the offseason stuff. Like, I'm ready for free agency to open. I'm ready to be in the draft.
No, we're there. As of today, we are. When they've already told their linebacker, their highest paid linebacker, go seek a trade, it's happening.
I know.
It's happening. You'll be rewarded for your patience. No worry. You're like me You're like me checking the lake temperature every morning to see when the fish are coming.
I'm ready for opening weekend, man. Like, let's get this team together and let's start playing.
Yeah, you've Googled something a lot. When I put in the letters LA and immediately comes up Lake Michigan temperature. National Weather Service. Ooh. Damn it, we're down to 38 at the crib. We got when I say
it's gonna be cold for a couple
when I say
days
at
again.
The crib, I don't mean like at the crib. I mean like they call it the Chicago crib. It's the entry point to the water system where they take
I prefer to think that you're referring to your house as the crib.
Yeah, take temperature of the lakefront at the crib.
The crib
is 38 right now. But no, it's going to go up. It's the sun's shining today. It'll be way warmer tomorrow. And it's actually the sunshine that heats up the lake more than the air temperature does.
Oh, it's the sun that heats things up? Thanks,
Stop
Dr.
being
Science. I'm not being a penis.
A lot of people think it's the air temperature, and it's like, ooh, it's warm out there where the lake's getting warmer. It's actually what the sun does more than anything.
Oh, the sun. Okay, I didn't know that. So the sun heats things. Let me jot that down.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to put it in my phone so I don't forget it. Hang on.
All right, that's going to do it for...
Hang on, it's going to be 60 on Friday. 60 and sunny.
I know.
Can you fish that day? Because then it's going to snow on Saturday.
No. We'll fish when the fish are here.
Oh.
You don't just go fish.
Do they leave for the winter?
They head out to points deep and inaccessible.
They leave with the ducks?
Well, no, weird ducks are still here. I was looking in Diversey Harbor today when I was driving by on Lakeshore Drive, and there were all the mergansers and the golden eyes, and I think there were some buffleheads down there.
Yeah, the mergansers, they're real bastards.
Oh, I love them. They're cool. They all have bedhead. They all look like stoners.
I didn't know the fish leave for the winter.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't hang around here. They go down
Florida,
deep. No, they're still in the lake. They just go down to deeper areas, and they don't expend as much energy. They go, and then once the weather warms up, and we get
they got to be careful how deep they go. There's a lot of weird shit when you go deep.
That is true.
Fish that glow in the dark and stuff. Yeah.
That not around here. That's ocean
with the
stuff.
giant shark, giant crazy teeth. Yeah,
that's ocean, not lake. We don't have the weirdest things around here are going to be like the bowfin,
the fishermen,
burbo, lampreys. There's a few weird things out there, and I'm sure there's probably invasives we haven't caught yet. But no, You don't have any of those giant, like the glow-in-the-dark viper fish and all the alien-looking stuff.
How do you know?
No. Because people have been to the bottom of this lake. This isn't, no.
I don't know about that.
Yes, they have. What do you mean, what don't you know about?
I just don't believe that.
You don't believe
we can agree to disagree. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you don't think that it's been mapped or discovered or no?
Too big.
It's all a mystery. The bottom of a lake is a mystery.
Big lake, man.
I understand. It's a great lake, actually.
It's very cool. I like one of my favorite lakes.
All right, that is Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast on 312 Sports.
Forward progress has stopped. 10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abatacola on 312 Sports.